Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a quick look at a brand new sling bag from GENKI. Now, GENKI is a brand that is more known for their gaming supplies, and this is no different. So this is their first introduction into the sling bag and carry market, but it's specifically a bag targeted towards gamers. And so if you're someone who likes to carry around a Nintendo Switch, a Steam Deck, or an ROG Ally, something like that, this may just be the bag for you. It's got some pretty unique features that I have not seen in any other sling bag that's like it. So let's take a quick look and see what we got. All right, so taking a look here on the top down, you can see I've got the black colorway here. It is offered in two different colors and they are slightly different materials. So the black here is a Cordura nylon. This is 1000D, so it's a double PU coated water resistant fabric. You can see it's matte, it's not shiny or anything like that. There's also a green color, which is a 500D nylon. And there's a lot going on here, which we'll talk about in a second. As we start to look into these zippers though, I wanted to note that these are YKK zippers. There's also a fidlock buckle here. So there's high-end materials that are going into this bag. So taking a look at the pocket configuration, there's actually 1, 2, 3, and actually 4 pockets. So a ton of organization in here if that is your thing. And let's just start with kind of the main event here, which is this. This is a water sealed, it's the only one of the YKK. It's a reverse coil water guard zipper. And if we open up that, you can see that this here is the main padded console area. So I've got an ROG Ally here, for example, which is in a case, makes it a little thicker. This is the original version of the ROG Ally, but that fits in here no problem. Actually, with plenty of space on either side down here and at the top. You can fit up to a Legion Go in here, a Steam Deck, ROG Ally, and obviously a Nintendo Switch would be smaller than this, so all of those would fit. So again, if you're someone who wants to daily carry a gaming console like this, but also wants to carry a few everyday essentials, and there's quite a bit of room throughout the rest of this bag, which we'll get into next. But this is, again, who this bag is targeted at. So we'll take that back out for now, and we'll look at the rest of the pockets. But this section, it's a nice kind of like bronzish color. Hopefully the camera is doing a good job of picking that up. It's not yellow, it's not brown, but it is a little more bronzy, and that is a ripstop nylon on the inside there. Now, importantly here, this zipper actually goes all the way around to the bottom. And so there's a fidlock connector here. You might be wondering what that's for. And let's just talk about that for a second. So if you open this all the way, and on the other side, opposite of the fidlock, it is just kind of a cinch strap. So that's just helpful to get the bag more closed together. But the zipper goes the same kind of horseshoe shape all the way around that side. You can see this opens up almost all the way. And why that's important is that depending on how you want to carry this and have it on your body, with this fidlock connector, their idea here is that you'll be able to quickly get out your console through the side here without having to actually access through the top of the sling. So if you wanted to just quickly, if maybe you're a bus commuter or something like that, and you want to quickly have your console, you can just keep the zipper open for a second under this fidlock, you could take the fidlock off and take the console out through the side and then quickly stash it back. And with the magnetic fidlock, you could quickly secure it once again. And I think it's a unique feature. To me, it's not that hard to open up the top and get it out, but obviously they're going for something a little bit more unique here in terms of being able to pull it out through the sides. So if that is of interest to you, I'll put some B-roll in here of me doing that outside later. You can check that out. And I probably should mention that all the zipper pulls on this are this kind of paracord material. It's a thinner material, but they are quite easy to grab. It is slightly different color on the console area. It's got the extra kind of white dash versus the all black of the other pockets. So hopefully you can quickly distinguish that one if you're trying to get access to your console in there. So obviously that's the main event, but let's talk about the rest of the pockets now. So the front quick grab pocket here doesn't have any organization inside of it, but does have a very short key leash. I found this is quite a large pocket. It actually goes down to these corners in this side. So it's quite a large stash pocket. You could even put a pair of sunglasses in here, some earbuds, things like that would all fit in there, no problem. And then moving one back, this is kind of the main tech organizer, or kind of, where you would mainly keep your everyday essentials. So there's quite a bit of organization on this side. Again, the same ripstop nylon. There's a divider here, and then on the very back section there are some nylon loops, which would be good for things like cables to keep yourself a little bit more organized. This divider is thin, but adds a little bit more padding. And again, there's padding to the back here as well, to your console. So whatever you put in here is protected, and vice versa. And then on the front, there are just some nylon loops here. So if you were carrying something like a Nintendo Switch, this would be nice for game cartridges, but otherwise just easy areas to, again, stay organized. And then lastly, there is a back pocket here, and this is kind of the secret pocket. A passport would fit back here. So last thing I want to talk about in terms of the bag is this actual strap system. So you can see there's a nice Duraflex buckle here. It's nice lightweight plastic, but Duraflex is an awesome brand. A ton of bag manufacturers use this on for a reason. But then it has pulls in both ways to tighten it, so you can really make sure that maybe this buckle doesn't fit directly in the center of your chest. Also, the fact that it is in the center means that this is pretty easy to ambidextrously carry. I'm a right shoulder sling wearer, but I think most people who are right-handed happen to like it more over their left shoulder. With the buckle being in the center, it makes it easy to go in either direction, and that follows throughout in terms of the openings for the console area. I should have noted earlier that one reason that these are removable is that you could actually switch the cinch strap on here to the fidlock side and actually switch those. So if you're someone who wants to get their console out on this side, you can put that fidlock connector on this side. So again, pretty ambidextrous throughout. And then I keep thinking of more things to mention, but down here on the bottom are two little cinch straps as well. I assume that most people would use that for something like a umbrella. If you have, on a wet day, if you're out carrying an umbrella, you don't want to put a wet umbrella inside your bag. And so having a place on the outside to then kind of cinch that down is really great. All right, so now let's do a sample loadout and start loading this thing up with things that I would normally carry on a day-to-day basis, just so we see how much it fits. All right, so in this front pocket, I don't usually carry my keys in my sling. I prefer to keep those in my pocket. But I will usually attach a small, is my little Rovivon flashlight, so I'll throw that in there. In addition, I usually put earbuds in a front pocket like that, as well as a Sharpie and a pen. So that goes down into the bottom, and that all fits in there, not a problem at all. And then in this center area, we do have some options here. So on some days, I like to carry like an iPad mini. I'm a dad, and so I usually just carry it in case of emergencies, or when I'm traveling, I'll use this for movies and things like that. The fact that there's this divider here, this fits easy on either side. It can fit in the front or the back, but it'll fit on either side of that. So that's super helpful. So if you want to carry an iPad mini in addition to your Steam Deck or something like that, you can here and still have quite a bit of space up front for other accessories. So I'll take that out for a second and just show us some other things. So I also carry a little first aid pouch. This is just a little alpaca hub. I like this little, I've got a little battery bank that I'll use for like just charging on my phone. It's got a built-in cable into it. So that fits in no problem as well. And then in addition, I love to carry, just to capture quick small moments, a Ricoh GR3 here. So that also fits really easily in here. In the front, will zip up. And that's what it looks like when it's fully loaded like that. So it does start to kind of punch out at the bottom here a little bit, but that's not too bad. I can imagine that most other people, if you're carrying something like an ROG Ally, you might also want to bring a relatively large battery bank. So if I didn't have those other things, that fits in here, not a problem. Maybe a cable. Let's stick that in the back here in one of those nylon loops. I also have a little 65-watt charger that keeps that topped up, so I can fit that in here as well. And yeah, you can start to see that that starts feeling a little bit more bulked out here, but there's still enough room if I want to put my first aid kit in there as well. That should all zip up just fine. And it does, and you can kind of cinch it down here, and you are ready to go on an adventure. All right, that's it for this one. And if you're interested in picking up the GENKI Saya Carry, there is a link in the description below. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if it was, I'd really appreciate a like, a comment below, would be amazing. And please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.